All right, welcome back. I am glad you guys made it. Sorry about the delay for last week with, lightning and all that crap messing with our electricity. But where we left off, in case you guys don't recall, is you had just met with the maker of the Blinsky toys, and he gave you a clue as to a direction to head if you wanted to find the person who had originally owned/created Piccolo.
More importantly, he gave you this blockhead. That's Medic throwing his voice through his little dummy.
Oh my gosh.
The dummy, as you guys might recall, actually has a monocle on it. So it's pretty fair likeness to Medic. I have another map for you guys.
I was just going to ask if there was one.
Because I can't remember, did I end up giving you the city map or not before? I don't think I did.
I don't know that we did.
Yeah, I did a quick review and it's it. Okay. Well, this is the city proper of Vallaki. You had started from up here. Going farther north was the camp you were last at. You guys moved south until you ended up down here in front of Blinsky's Toys. He described to you that near Stockyard is a colored wagon, and that Rictavio, which I don't know if he was able to pronounce the name himself, but
I think he just said Rick.
That's the guy you're looking for. Yeah, he knew it was an R name. But anyway, he's somewhere off to the east where the Stockyard is. You're also aware that there's other facilities, of course, in this place, such as places for shopping, and an orphanage. There's St. Andrew's Church. There's of course a burgomaster here. There's a town square. There's a whole bunch of directions you could end up going. But that catches you up, so you guys decide where you go from here.
What time of day is it?
He's hungry, so he doesn't need a burgomaster.
All right, so you guys sound like you're eating right into the microphone. Maybe eating the microphone itself. Congratulations. It is midday. To answer your question.
Okay.
Oh, David's doing a sexy drinking with his backwards hat. Is that hat on backwards, or is it just a beanie?
It is on backwards.
Oh man, you rock that. You seriously do rock that. I'm not even like.
Thank you.
So weird. Looks like it looks like a, I don't know, Arabic worship hat of some sort.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So we left the store, right?
Yeah, you're right in front of it. The door was closing when we exited last game.
Gentlemen, do we, and I guess gentle machine, perhaps, I don't know. Do we want to perhaps procure some place to sleep for the night? Oh, I'm sorry, Irina. I do not think of you as a gentleman, as a gentle lady, perhaps. But yeah.
What blockhead?
Do we want to perhaps procure some lodging for the night now, or do we want to continue on finding whatever it is we need to find?
I just want what you want.
I'm not sure how to take that.
Dummy.
Yeah, Irina looks back and forth and she says, "I just need to make sure I have my own room, please." She's a little bit, concerned about the leers she's seen from Master Gimbleforth. Wait.
No, Val, we need you to talk.
Important question. Has cured you of my problem yet? Because I feel like that keeps getting pushed on the back burner.
I did.
Oh, right.
Your syphilis is gonna have to wait.
I think I did though, didn't I?
No.
don't remember.
I
No.
Girls.
No.
I didn't?
No.
So he's scratching his crotch a little bit now and then.
Yeah.
Bothered by it. Understandable.
So Medic says if he wanted this done, his nurse is going to have to examine you first. And then he pulls out the dummy with the little nurse hat on now. And
Do you have a doll
he's
for
trying
that?
to throw his voice, and he says, "Hey, you need to drop the pants so I can take a look at the area."
I would like to begin unbuckling my pants in this busy street corner.
Oh gosh.
Roll for performance.
Oh gosh. Why? You're gonna get us arrested.
You get a higher than average level of attention from this activity.
Oh my! The doctor will be right in to see this. And it shows the girl with dummy and adjust his monocle. And he casts lesser restoration on you.
You feel a cold grip around your crotch as bugs fly out of your mouth, and you're
Green Mile all over again.
oh man.
Do we
Yeah, all right.
Do we still have a little 9-year-old with us?
No.
No, we gave her back. You got a reward, remember?
Oh,
Yeah, that's how you have the spear and your weird broken up pastry and then whatever else you got that we don't really know what it is.
don't forget the thing you don't know about.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
That's my favorite one.
All right. If you guys are looking for a place to rest, there were signs that you passed about the Blue Water Inn. It's actually slightly north of you, right up here.
Oh, so right across the street, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Does the
You're go ahead.
does the Blue Water Inn have a bar?
You have to go in and find out.
You would imagine so.
Then I am in favor of going to the Blue Water Inn.
All right. Perhaps we should secure some rooms and then we can decide what to do from there.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the Blue Water Inn. It's midday, and there's a little bit of a lunch rush going on, though it doesn't seem to be full of alcohol at the moment. I actually have a map for this, so let's go ahead and... I'm going to reveal more of it than is strictly necessary, just for purposes of convenience. And you guys, Gimby can lead, for all I care. Oh, that's his directional arrow. Here you go, Dietrich. Val, Eddic, and Irina. All right, as you enter the primary room, there's a damp cloak hanging from pegs in the entrance portico, so like right where you're standing right now, Dietrich. The tavern's packed with tables and chairs, and there's narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the northern side. There's another balcony overhanging an entrance to the eastern side, and near as you can tell with a quick glance, all the windows are fitted with thick shutters and actually have crossbars. There's lanterns hanging up above the bar, resting on the tables, and they're bathing the room in a dull orange light that is somewhat paled by the fact that it's noon. Now, there's not bright sunlight outside. It's still somewhat overcast, as it always is, but it adds a little bit of natural light to the area. People seem to be somewhat cheery. Perhaps the strangest thing you notice is that there is, along the wall, the adornment of wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques.
Hmm.
I would like to charge toward the bar and ask for some wine.
We can't move our tokens, by the way.
Oh, is it on the wrong floor? Oh, looks like it was. That's great. I love starting off a game like that. Thank you for telling me, though.
You're welcome.
Let's get you corrected. Put you on the right one. There's Master Gimby. There's
Yes.
Didi. Valencia.
Wait, why am I getting banished?
I didn't do that.
Get back over here.
Scott.
What? I get blamed for everything. That's what the dummy just said.
Oh, that's self-fulfilling there, isn't it? Anyway, the so you head to the bar. That's great. The proprietor or the person there comes up and eyes you a little bit suspiciously, recognizing you're not quite his normal clientele.
I'd like to eye
Hey,
him suspiciously back.
My name is Bray. What can I get you?
I would like some wine.
Yeah, you and me both. Bram, get what we have, whatever it is. Get some for him. All right, that'll be a 1 silver. It's not the best stuff. Wine is in short supply. Find a seat wherever you want, or sit at the bar, your choice.
Come up to the bar beside him, sit down, and I'll take whatever the strongest drink you have.
All right. Bram, a strong one. Someone's starting early. Yeah, this one over here. Find your seat. It's 2 silver.
I'll dig out 2 silver and start and put my hand over the bar to give it to him, and my hand starts shaking, and for like 5 seconds this is happening, and finally like I put my other hand on my wrist and shake the money loose.
Do you require medical assistance?
What are you talking about?
You seem to have a tremor.
No.
Would you like me to examine you? It could be neurological and affect your potency. Or your potency in bed!
No, thank you. I'm quite confident in my abilities. What is happening?
Nick, so you did a, I don't know, it's not me. I think it's Gimby.
What's that?
You're making a bunch of noise.
Someone's making a lot of
Oh,
noise.
sorry.
He's building a plane in there.
Yep.
Apparently.
Okay, so your medical check doesn't reveal anything obvious that's wrong with him. Anywho, so you guys find a seat, you pull up, and oh, I see that Val is currently seated with Irina. They start striking up a little bit of idle conversation. So Bray asks you, "What brings you to Vallaki?"
I don't know as that's any of your business.
Fine, you can be that way.
Well, yeah, I am that way, obviously.
I sort of like the cut of your jib.
I'm not sure what that means, but if that's as an insult, then prepare yourself.
I said
We're
I
on a
like
mission
it.
to kill Strahd.
Oh, that's brave of you to say. Let's
He
talk,
basically knows.
quietly. He basically knows.
Yeah, he already screwed with us a bunch. I mean, you know.
Oh, Strahd knows.
Fair enough.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so Bray is taking the measure of you, and yells to Brahm, and Brahm comes over, and they whisper back and forth a bit, and Bray leans in over the table and says, "Listen, this thing with the wine, let's consider this a test. I need the wine flowing. The swill that your friend is drinking and doesn't seem to notice is so terrible. It's all we have left. It's watered down. It was the lowest quality product. If you can get to my brother's land and get us our wine, I will consider you maybe trustworthy, maybe strong enough to help with the, Strahd thing.
Gimbal Ford
But
raises his
we are
glass
not."
and says, "To your brother's land," and then slides a little bit off his stool, a little lightheaded.
Wow, you don't hold your liquor very well. For watered down wine,
You are
goodness.
real lightweight. That's a half a glass of watered down, and you are nearly falling off seat. This is weird.
And
Right.
what is
You
it?
switch drinks, Bram.
What is your brother's land? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, We have agreement. Of course, we get wine first. For some reason, wine stopped. I don't have time to go check it, but something is definitely afoot. We have, shall we say, eyes that have noticed something wrong there, but yeah, I have not gone.
What
Let's see
is
what you
has been noticed? Details, man.
can do. He pauses and he hesitates in answering you, and then he goes to open his mouth and explain, and the door to the bar opens. I don't know if I would say necessarily forcefully, but quickly, in a manner that draws their attention, and maybe a 40-something-year-old man with a well-kept vest opens the door and walks in, and is going straight toward the bar with a smile on his face. And as he does so, Bray and Brom both stop talking and attend to the customer. Said, "Hello, Vasily." And the man nods and he looks over you guys pretty congenially, actually. You don't know if he's a salesman type or what, but he doesn't seem to be offensive or leering, except that his eyes do linger a bit longer on Irina as he takes her in. You recognize there's a little bit of fire in that man's loins, shall we say, even though
Eyes
he's...
off the merchandise, chum.
What'd you say?
Wow.
Eyes off merchandise, chum.
Goodness sakes.
He turns... Oh, hello. Well, I don't know what you mean by this, but my name is Vasily. Drinks all around. On me. Give it to them. And Bray nods to Brom and
Bray,
starts
another whiskey, please.
drinks. And yeah, he does so. And Vasily pulls up next to you guys and says, what is the lovely woman's name? She is very fine." And of course he's looking at Irina right now, and she blushes a bit. Says, "You are very beautiful, very beautiful."
I'm gonna go step in front.
Okay. Vasily says, "Oh, is she yours? I'm sorry."
She is not, but I would like to know. In fact, I'd like to make an insight check.
Okay.
Just to see if I can tell what intentions are.
All right. Go ahead.
Oof. Never mind.
I like that jar.
Exactly.
Gotta stop the voice.
So, from your perspective, it looks just like a man who finds a woman attractive. I mean, it wouldn't have taken really any insight to notice that.
Well, true,
You
but
realized yourself.
obviously there's more to this encounter than whatever. She can speak for herself.
He lifts.
However, I'm
Hands
just...
up. He says, "Yeah, go ahead."
She can speak for herself. I'm just making sure that there's nothing inappropriate.
Oh, I'm just a merchant. I have no, ulterior plans.
And
I just happen to be wealthy. I like to enjoy good times, beautiful women. It's fine. I will leave you be.
and what is it that you
It's
sell?
like, oh, this will sound like cliche, but a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
That is very
Travel
cliche.
these lands as well as I can. Well, some of the things, shall I be honest, they're not exactly respected in every town the same. So, for example, and he leans in close, I do sell weapons. I sell armor. I also sell, food and supplies for travel. Anything that is needed in one town and I can get in another, I will make that trade with my time and my mini carriages. It's pretty simple. Anyway, perhaps I will overstep my bounds. I will leave you be. If you ever need something, though, look me up, ask for me. Someone can tell you where I am.
Someone. Who is
I could
someone?
use,
My friend,
you know,
you
anyone
need...
who knows me.
And how do we know who knows you, really?
He said the fact. He says the fact that you don't know me means that you're the strangers. I am no stranger here. Everyone
that
who
is true.
anyone knows me. Said ask around. I could make use of strong hands like yours. A group that is not fearful of the things that roam, if you will. For I'm missing a shipment, some armor, but I can hire others. And at that point, you see him lift his fingers, and he tries to get the attention of some people that are wearing two broadswords, like two different individuals with broadswords on their back, that are at the far of this table over here. And they're already several cups in. They started even earlier than you guys. And they raise their brows and nod. And he moves to go around you and begin conversation with them.
Well, if you want to lose your shipment, you could go to those guys. Or you could give us some more details.
Give me a persuasion check.
Nice.
That's a pretty good catch line as he's going past.
Oh, come on.
So this is how tonight's gonna go.
He smiles at you, sort of just, being polite. It's okay. It's okay. If these guys are busy, maybe I'll talk to you. It's
My
all right.
dummy wants to
Don't
roll
worry about
a
it.
Persuasion check
What?
For what?
to persuade him to give us
Give us
more
attention.
information. Listen, chum, these guys might not know what they're talking about, but I do.
All right. Wow. That's amazing, really. He looks back and he says, I think you both know exactly the same amount. And I don't think either of you, to be honest with you, are probably good enough. He continues to walk on.
Did we just roll 3 8s in a row?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's pretty amazing. All right, so he moves past Irina, and as he sidles past Irina, you see him lean in and he whispers something to her, and she blushes and covers her mouth a bit, like she's embarrassed. Didn't want to say anything, but her eyes linger on him just a little bit longer than you guys would feel as seemly. She looks back at you a little bit surprised that you may have caught her, and says that the drink is getting to me.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and make it seem like he passed gas quite loudly as he walks by her.
Okay, so you're gonna try to do this stealthily. Fair enough. So go ahead and do a minor illusion. Well, do a stealth check first, and then I'm gonna let you attempt to cast what is otherwise a somatic spell very, very quietly.
Okay, let's see. What is stealth? Oh, okay, there it is. Sorry. Let's see it.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you go
You fart.
right at her face, and from her perspective, you just let the biggest fart out of your own butt she has ever heard. She looks back at you. She, what the?
I'm gonna lean over from my chair since I moved back.
Establish
I'm gonna
dominance in
fight
my
stuff
culture.
tonight with these rolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean back over from my bar stool and be like, "What? You never heard the man fart before? You had the brother."
Oh, yeah, I had a brother, but that was ridiculous. I've never bathed in a fart before, and I literally got affected by it.
All right, fair enough.
That's how we establish dominance in my culture.
Wow.
Your culture probably doesn't have sex much, does it? That's what she says.
Yeah, is it a dwindling population?
Most of your species. trying to just drink past the illusion. Yeah, you guys are doing great today. I think this is going to be an outstanding night. Pretty soon, a few more rolls, the inn will be burned down, and you guys will have all
Yeah,
died.
seriously. I'm gonna.
Maybe we're just getting him out of the way.
Yeah, that's my hope. So I'm gonna lean over to Gimbleforth, who's sitting right beside me, and just say, you know, Gimbleforth, what happened back at the camp, I do want to apologize for my actions. I know you did not perhaps take that as I meant. I just wanted to. I mean, you know, you're eating leftover children. It's not good for you, man. I don't want you to be doing that. Who wants to be eating children? It's not good for anybody. But
Bray over here, she goes, eating children? What?
yeah, have you ever had the pastries, whatever the pastries that are sold?
Well, to be honest with you, and then he leans in close, I'm vegetarian.
Yeah, that is good for you because there's some people who make them out of children. It's not good, man.
I think that must be wife tale.
No, I've seen it myself with my own eyes.
Alright, man, whatever.
But this does not concern you anyways, so you must have something else to do.
Nods. Leans back.
Medic
Go ahead.
turns and says, and we did nothing to save the captured children and made a deal with the people making the pay.
Nope, you can't say that.
No, you can't say that.
You cannot say
Oh, I
that.
can't, you're right, darn it.
I would like to look Diedrich in the eyes and say, I don't think you understand what's going on here, but I appreciate the apology and let me buy you the next round. And let's do a toast to your family.
There's rule number one, never go to bed. Oh,
So I would like to get another round for Diedrich and myself to toast.
Alright, so you signal Bray, and Bray has Brahm grab the drinks. And
Another
he
whiskey,
says,
please.
You want me to open tab? So I need a Constitution check for Val. Have you been drinking when they drink? You haven't said.
No, I do not drink.
All right. So Dietrich and Master Gimforth, both of you, give me Constitution.
Wait a second. I'm only on one watered down wine.
No, you had a second one. You had drinks offered by Vasily when he came through, and then he just had to order another round for you guys. Yeah, I think you're probably okay, actually. So Diedrich, you're pretty good at holding your alcohol, at least to this point. You're not at disadvantage. So you feel the warmth and a little bit of relaxation. Gimbleforth, you have been farting and thinking you're being quiet.
Well, I'm not alone in this group with that.
That's true.
Side-eye to Val.
Mindless illusion.
We don't. Well, I guess we.
It smells just like the...
I actually didn't create an illusory smell.
That's true.
Yeah,
you did.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, very, very warm and happy. I would like to raise a glass to Diedrich's family.
I'll drink to that.
Medic gets a
actually
drink
hilarious.
as well and joins in, then does the thing where the ventriloquist pretend to drink while the dummy talks. But he has no mouth hole, so it's just pouring down his front. Alright, let's raise a drink to our good man, Diedrich.
I would have never predicted we'd have a ventriloquist dummy holding robot as our fourth character. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. So it's pouring into the ground. Brahm is giving angry looks because though he hasn't been talking much, you get the feel that Bray orders him around, and that he's the one who's gonna have to clean up after you.
What? You're getting paid. Quit your whining.
He's gonna spit in your food.
I haven't ordered any food.
Were you
So,
not gonna eat for the rest of the day?
I don't have to eat here.
We're gonna sleep here.
So,
What?
as you guys are discussing what to do, the Vasily leaves, by the way, and the 2 people with broadswords are still sitting there. Carry on.
Really?
I'm sorry. Am I at disadvantage at this point, or am I still? Can I drive?
What are you doing?
Well, just from the alcohol.
No, you are just you're at the point where you're a little too free with your voice and your bodily functions.
That's fair.
Things are funnier to you than they probably should be.
Okay.
Who wants food?
I did not.
I could eat. Do you have anything to eat here?
Well, yeah. What would you like? We have stew that has been cooking, well, actually for weeks. I don't mean the same, same food, but the pot we keep adding to it. It makes the flavor better and better. It's outstanding. Mwah!
That sounds disgusting.
You are one heck of a salesman. I will take a bowl.
He's like, all right, Brom, get him bowl. And so Brom just shakes his head and goes and starts getting a bowl of that. I can also, heat some chicken. I have some of this. We are low on eggs, but if you wanted a late breakfast to help sober you, I could do that too.
Can you do eggs Benedict?
Benedict, is this egg that's cooked because I can cook egg? Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I will stick with the stew.
The stew is already being brought, so good. And Clink gets put in front of you.
Oh gosh.
He's just tabulating what you're consuming. Irina is uncomfortable by Val's close approach, but she sniffs the air, not too furtively either, like obvious enough, Val, that she doesn't care if you notice that she's sniffing to see if you stink, and you pass the sniff check, so...
So she allows it? Nice. Bray, my friend, we will need a couple rooms for the night. We will probably be here for at least one more day.
All right. Excellent. I will put it on tab. However, I'll make deal for you. You can stay here as long as you need to stay if you get the wine flowing again. For free. I'll provide meals and place to stay. Safe.
I'd like to
It's
raise
not
a
as
spoon
safe
of
as
soup
Andros.
and say, to your brother's land, and then you eat my stew.
He says, okay, yes, to my brother's land. Very good. Anyway, I'll give you room and board. I'll give you food, and if you have maybe some information that I normally wouldn't tell you, I would give it if you prove yourself. You might find my family to be very resourceful. And Brom looks over at Bray and shakes his head, trying to indicate to him to be quiet, and then scurries off, and you hear a woman's voice going, "What?
Oh.
I can't." And a woman comes from the kitchen, barging up forward.
Giving out too much information.
Keep your mouth to yourself. And Bray says, "Oh, shut up, woman." And then he looks real nervous. He's hoping you guys don't notice that he's actually terrified of her. And then he starts typing furiously.
Yeah, exactly. That was not furiously, by the way. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have any. I'm just finishing up my drinks and...
So, I would like to ask him, why is this place so fortified? It kind of seems like you're prepared to fend off like an army. Seems like.
I'm confused by your question. You realize we are in the middle of a land of darkness. Yes, at night there are wolves that kill people that roam. You can't go anywhere without fear of a zombie or a vampire or something of those natures to attack you, and you wonder why.
So even here in the middle of town, they just wander all over the place.
To be completely honest, the only safe place that I know of is St. Andrews. There are bones there of a saint, St. Andrew. He's very holy man. It is only ground that's remotely safe in, or at least several mile area.
I raise my last spoon of stew and say to St. Andrew, and then eat it.
I'll
That's
drink
all,
to that.
Sure. He's starting to feel a little more relaxed, and he says to you, you know, I think it's silliness what you say about pastry, but tell you what, there have been several orphans that have gone missing.
Yeah, we know exactly where they are. Unfortunately,
Well,
we cannot do much about it.
well, I'm not convinced you are correct. But whatever, if you go to orphanage, you could talk with lady there.
I
And
mean,
mistress, she's very helpful.
you can believe me or not, it matters little to me.
So basically, the story is that there are these witches that live up there, and they capture these children.
Hags, but
So
yeah.
what do you think can be done about it?
Witches. Like
Hags.
peace-loving hippies. Oh, hags. Well, I haven't seen hag.
They have magical powers.
I don't know. Well, yes, of course. They're hags. I have seen no hags.
So do you
What's
think
that?
that if it were known that people would bear arms against them, or the people here so cowed down in fear that they would just let the children die?
It is true people here are fearful. No one would let their children just easily go. Which would admittedly fit with the orphanage losing children as well. However, I still don't think it fits. Where are these hags you speak of? How far are they from Vallaki?
About a day and a half, perhaps. Maybe 2.
Yes, see, that's my point. That's strange, yes?
What is strange about
Maybe-
that?
Well, a lot of journeying. You say it's from all over, so are you saying all of the land is covered by these one hags?
What?
Or could there be, other things going on? Maybe you misunderstood the hags. Who knows?
I mean, we saw the children in their it's not dungeon, but whatever the proper word is for that. I've been drinking a little too much.
Are you trying to say cage?
Yeah, perhaps.
I think he's talking about a cave.
Alright. Well, maybe you're an expert. I just let you know, look for Andor's orphanage if you want to try to investigate. It may or may not be what you say, but you would gain much favor in this area if you were to perhaps figure it out.
Thank you. We shall.
He settles back to doing more work. Go ahead.
Bray, can you tell me? Do you know anything about a man near the stockyard named Rick?
Rick. Oh, Rick Tavio. Yes. I have not personally watched his show. He is apparently funny, man. He comes here, actually eats dinner most nights. I would be very surprised if I didn't see him even within a few hours.
Oh. What do you know anything else about him? We have planned to have a conversation with him. Anything that you might have to tell us would be helpful.
He's looking you over, sizing you up yet again, and says, "Listen, I gave you a route to earn my trust. I don't just talk about all my patrons. Some of these are friends. Some of them I trust more than I
Well,
trust.
actually,
Completely fair.
So I've got the Heart of Darkness feature. Anyone who looks into my eyes see that I've seen unimaginable horror, no stranger to darkness. Commoners will extend to you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you.
Right. I understand. I can see in your eyes. I see your mother. uncommon horror, but I do not.
Okay.
Just kidding.
That's enough for me to take crossbow out.
Terrible. Okay. Anyway, he leans closer and says, "You have an uncommon story. I am not common man." And then sits back, or leans back, goes back to his work. I gave you a path. You decide. I would like whoever would, only one of you, because no one has asked to do it, but one of you give me a perception check as you look around. I don't care who does it, so someone figure it out. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
Ooh, medic. You notice on the ground near you a small black feather.
I pick up that feather.
All right.
Gonna use that to
You know
tickle
how
your
small
panther
black
later, chum? I try and shush my ventriloquist them.
Frey's eyes go a little bit wide, and in surprise, and says, "Sorry, that should have been clean. We will clean better."
Is this the same type of feather from that guy with the wolf? Because that was a feather too, there, wasn't it? We have a feather from something.
It was from the house, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this
You
the
still
same?
have the other feathers? Like, can I do some type of comparison to see if they're the same?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do so. Do an investigation check, medic.
Like, do medicine check because there's an added.
All right, I'll allow it.
Oh my gosh.
Holy moly. All right, so in your assessment process, you have identified not only as the same species, but you believe it is a type of raven and genetically linked. And it's not that you would understand genetics, but whatever. Your method for describing it, it is familial.
There you go, familial. My dummy starts talking.
Celeron process went over.
I shush him and I let everyone else know because I'm trying to be serious, but my dummy won't. Threaten to put him up, and I let everyone else know I believe it is the same raven, or if not, it's someone related. And I tuck the feather away for later.
The same raven as what?
Remember the guy that transformed into the raven and saved us when we were dying?
Oh, yeah.
Seconds after we...
So we have a feather from that guy?
Yeah, we got it from the house.
But how do we know it was from him?
Or something.
No, I get that. How do we know?
Yeah. What was your question?
How do we know it was from him?
Because the first time we used it, it called him or something. It summoned him.
Oh, okay.
That's why he came and saved us, because we had the feather.
Gotcha.
And now my super advanced robot medical procedures to realize it's the same, or it's at least within the same.
Yep. All right.
Irina is looking a bit tired, even though it's only early afternoon at this point, and says she'd like to retire for the night, and she should be pretty safe here, if you guys don't mind.
I asked her if she would like me to guard the door for her. Because I do not require.
She smiles at you and says yes, but I don't even know the room number yet. So she begins talking with Bray about where she's going to stay, and he makes arrangements and tells you where she'll actually be, and if you want to, he considers it acceptable, but asks you not to scare the other patrons as they go to their rooms.
As I get up to follow her to her room, my dummy says, "Smooth move, dummy. Maybe you'll get some action." I shush him and
So does he have any rooms that don't have windows?
Ooh, good
Any
question.
rooms that don't have windows? That's
no,
a
it
good
does not
question.
look
No,
like it.
Apparently not.
Hmm.
All right, so she's being put over here.
All the windows are reinforced.
Yes, they all are.
I don't know that that'd matter for a vampire potentially, but
Yeah.
There are 2 beds in there, and you could offer to for the other one. Dietrich.
Well, I'm not gonna go to sleep
Yeah,
now.
technically, there's 2 cozy beds with matching footlockers resting in the far corners of this 15-foot square room. Wolf furs are heaped atop each bed, and between the beds, a lamp sits on a table under a shuttered window. 2 tall black wardrobes stand against the wall by the door.
I wanna wait for Rick to come in personally. But if anyone wants to try and go, go sleep with her, you're welcome to.
I asked her if it'd be all right if I guard from the room in sentry mode. I will not be alert, and I am not. I don't know what you would call it. I'm not a
Sexually
sexual creature,
active.
but I'm a robot. There you go.
Irina is not particularly comfortable because in her mind you are somewhat masculine, although robotic, and also being a sort of a form of nobility, she is not used to
I asked if I could
people
leave
treating her like
the
such.
dummy in here to watch.
Irina rolls her eyes and says, "Fine, yeah, leave
I
leave
set
the
him
dummy."
on this thing. I'm directly across from him. I can draw somehow.
Yeah,
Nope,
both
that moves
mouse
the map.
clicks at the same time. Left click and right click and drag it toward what you want to point at. Okay. It's right there. Very good. Alright, so what are you attempting to do, Val? Just watch her?
No, I assumed that our room was going to be next to hers. Is that not the case?
Not now. You were farting like crazy.
Well, I mean,
She doesn't decide who gets what room.
that's true. If you want to try to save some money, you can. The rest of you can share this one larger room.
He said we
But
got
I
to
guess
stay
if
for
Thought we were staying for free.
only if you. Yeah, when you get the wine thing figured out.
Oh, okay,
you get a
okay.
free lodge.
Oh, I
Gotcha.
thought it was while we were working on the wine thing.
Yeah, that was mine. Alright.
So anyway, she is now settling in for the night, a little bit weirded out by the doll. And I'm not sure you intend to stay there, Medic, because, again, the rest of them didn't want to go to bed yet. It is only early afternoon.
That's
She's
true.
just uncommonly
I
tired.
want to cast. 1 second. I want to make sure I know what this does. This doesn't work. Wait. No, that's my eyes. Never mind. Darn it. Okay, never mind. I can't do that. I thought I could do Thaumaturgy to cast something on my dummy. Well, I can, and then Terrifier, but I don't want to do that. I want to, like, use it to make an alarm, but unfortunately I don't think it can.
Well, I mean, at the time that you go to wake up, you could thaumaturgy the thing, but you'd have to be able to see it, so you'd have to sneak into a room.
Right. Well, that's the thing is before I left with them, I wanted to see. I thought I could cast a spell on it. Like if it moved, it would make sound or something to alert her or me. But I'll just go with. I'll sleep with the Carter. No, wait. I don't want to leave my dummy. Dang it! I've committed too much.
I don't think that we should go anywhere and leave her here.
No, we don't need to go anywhere. The Rick is gonna come to us, potentially.
Yeah.
Unless
So
it's the
what-
one
how
night he
high-
doesn't.
Like if I were to stay up here on this balcony with Medic, would we be able to hear their conversation when he comes in? Like how high is this floor?
I just had a brilliant plan.
Oh, it's 10 feet or
Oh,
so.
sorry. Let him do his thing. Okay. So I go back in here and I tie a piece of rope up to the dummy's foot to the window. So if the window opens, he'll fall to the ground to make a loud sound.
There's 2 windows.
Dang it! I tie it to both.
So I have this staff that I got from the hags that that says you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised except when incapacitated or something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping now.
That's what I
Oh,
wanna do.
dang.
Cast that on my dummy.
Well, so as long as she isn't like ensorcelled whenever he gets ready to open the window, which I don't know if she can do that. If he can do that from outside the window, I don't know what vampires can do.
Wait, question. There is like a barn on the ground floor. Could Medic just sentry mode from down there? And then he knows if she left the room?
Stand on the roof all night.
He means down below, not the roof.
No! On the roof.
What is happening? Oh my gosh.
Be a pretty intimidating sight. All right.
Well, not yet, but that's my
what you wanna
plan
do.
eventually.
Wow.
It's a pretty good one, actually. You'd be able to see both windows.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, so where do you want to go?
I thought we were going to... So, I think we should... Okay, so... One of us should stay here, because we can see down below, right? And then those two should
Yep.
stay at the bar and wait for the guy we're waiting for. And then Medic, can stand over here and watch. Do we have this rotation thing in our other game?
No. Well, no, I don't think we do.
I didn't enable it for you guys there, no. It's sort of convenient for a smaller group. It would have been... It's out of hand in 8 people. I mean, it's just... I can't even keep track of it.
So we still don't have anyone on the window then.
Hmm.
Well, it's not nighttime yet. It's during the day still.
Yeah, that's true.
She can creep out during the day though, right?
Well, we're not worried about her going anywhere. We're worried about someone coming in.
No.
I think we're worried about both.
Yeah,
Oh, are we?
Where she was trying to escape. Back when we first met her, that's what her brother was worried about. Anytime out the window, she tried to get out. I'm
think
gonna go
But he said they're reinforced.
I can go sit on
Yep.
the roof. Okay. Well, so we're waiting for a guy, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay, so he can watch out until night, and then I'll sentry mode outside to watch when it's nighttime.
Yeah.
So
I would like to tell Diedrich that I will use bird sounds to communicate with him if I see whoever we're for.
How do I know it's you? If it's you or an actual bird that somehow got in?
Let me solve this for you. Do a performance check right now, Gimbal, for all the coins.
Everyone can make bird sounds. It's a fact of life.
Okay,
I
his
would-
bird sound was like this.
I feel like nature is actually a better check, and
Nope.
It's not.
So you realize when he
Yeah.
demonstrates it to you that you will not have any issue knowing when it's his version of a quote air quotes bird.
Fair enough. Caw-caw-caw!
It's like a Dumb and Dumber episode. This one is. You guys have done so many things poorly.
Pretty much.
Oh man.
All right.
At medicine, I'm really good at medicine.
Yeah, you guys are doing well in the medicine thing. So,
who are we waiting for again? I forgot.
he's
Rick.
so drunk right now, apparently.
We are waiting for Rick.
So you guys are gonna just let time pass then, yes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you can be drinking and whatever else.
I'll have a glass of water in between each whiskey that I drink, so as to not get dehydrated and too drunk.
And I would like to wander in and ask for another bowl of stew before wandering back out.
Okay. Let's see how. Yeah, I think you're doing fine. So now we're nearing the dinner rush, and the people that were there before, the armed individuals, are pretty well sloshed, but they are keeping to themselves, and the rest of the patrons have swapped out. It's now an entirely different group that is filling in, and eventually it is a nearly full room, bustling, and you guys didn't do anything or get information on what he would look like. So
No, yeah, in fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I was going to motion over to Bray, be like, hey, give me some sort of sign when he walks in.
he says, "We'll see."
Okay, wow, that's
Still doesn't trust you.
that's helpful.
Well, I mean, think of it from his perspective.
I know,
Clearly
I know.
There's a thing about loyalty and knowing. And he's apparently he's good with Rictavio. So the night's going on. I tell you what, though, if you want to counter this the other way, give me an insight check, Daedric. Daedric, brother. I'm debating on whether... No, it wouldn't be a disadvantage. You're watching. You're doing this on purpose. So go ahead and give me an insight check.
Alright, that's yeah, there we go.
I think that's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
You notice at some point, yeah, he's making his rounds and talking to people, but there is a moment in which there's a very subtle nod given to an individual that's got some more colorful clothing, poofier shoulder pieces, whatnot, and he's got his a deck of cards. Looks like he's playing solitaire with, and the man nods back to him. The guy's got a goatee and sort of a rough look to his face, even though he looks to be a performer, an older one, mind you, an older performer, but yet a performer. And he nods, and you caught that exchange, and the man is, we'll just say, over here.
Okay. Is there anyone else at his table?
No, his was mostly cleared out. The rest of the tables are stuffed.
Okay. I'll casually walk over there, and I've not got the highest charisma, but I'll be like, "Hello, my friend. I do not think I have met you yet. We are new to town. I'm new to town."
Okay. You won my signature.
I'm sorry, Is there a reason I should have it? I don't... I guess I do not know.
Why are you here then?
Well, obviously I've been drinking and eating.
Gimbleforth is eating plastic.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're asking, medic, and
Okay.
drinking whole watermelons.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I heard like loud gulping, and I'm, what the heck? It's part of like what's going on.
Yeah, sound effects. It's just really realistic sound effects.
Apparently.
I'm not doing anything. Like, is it me?
Yeah. Maybe you're moving the cable around or something? I don't know.
That could be. It's probably just the cable wrestling against my unshaven shin.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Wow.
Stop it.
Okay, so he says, maybe I got off on the wrong foot. Pat your face, and there is this moment that passes, and he's just assessing for a bit, and he says, I think, well, have I seen you before? Are you sure you have not seen my show?
I
He starts shuffling.
do not believe so. I'll like, is he shuffling away?
No, he keeps shuffling the cards. You don't know if it's a nervous.
Oh, he's got cards. Gotcha.
Yeah, dexterous.
I don't believe so. I've not seen any shows. We are pretty new to the area in general. Maybe just a few days.
Your accent. Where are you from?
I'd have to get my character sheet back out.
Peoria.
No.
That's pretty meta.
It is. I'll tell him wherever I'm from. Like a general area, not a specific location, but I don't remember exactly where that was. Or if I even said.
There's a moment of reflection clearly on his face, and he stops shuffling the cards midway. Give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
There. Actually, Val, you can as well because you're above them, and you've noticed that he's moved over there. Both of you, give me a.
Yeah, I'd moved to be as close as possible.
What about me?
Yeah, I don't know that you'd be that wise to observe. Val, from your keen position, you recognize that beneath this voluminous, somewhat puffy and colorful clothing, you see the glint of several daggers that are lined on the inside of either shirt, or sorry, either side of that shirt, I should say. That's not visible clearly from a person that's straight on.
And I with a 16 wouldn't have noticed anything either.
No, you noticed that he had weapons. There's the printing of weapons on his
Yeah,
outfit,
okay.
right? You just don't have the angle to see the silver daggers.
So I can speak to him telepathically and give him the ability to speak back to me, and
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
gonna just tell him that I and my friends, who like he's talking to one of, are here and intend to free this land from Strahd.
Oh, you're talking to him, not me.
Some help.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right, him.
We
Yeah.
already know that.
What?
Well, David already knows that we're here to save.
Well, yeah.
Clearly.
All right, so here's the thing. You attempt to do that, and you find a total and complete resistance to your type of telepathy. There's, and from your experience, it's extremely rare. Either it's you've seen it with certain mages that can completely shield their mind, but you've also seen artifacts that have been imbued with abilities to completely protect the mind. And his is like hitting a force field.
Well, shucks.
Now, since you did that action, I will give you another insight check, or yeah, insight still makes sense, to see if you can determine why out of that, since you'd be pretty familiar with this ability. Very good. Okay, you recognize that between those daggers, hanging on a long chain, is a silver wolf's head medallion that you can tell from there is magic.
So he's a witcher.
Yeah, he's a witcher. This is actually the Witcher.
Well, then we don't need to even do anything. He'll take care of it.
So he's completely oblivious to this stuff that's been going on, and he says, "My name is Rictavio. However, there's something unique with you." And he puts his hand forward, points to the table. "Sit down," and he waits for you to comply.
Yeah, I'll take a seat.
"What is the name of your father?"
I am. His name was Baron von Helvig.
By the way, I let the rest of the group know, like, all this stuff that I learned, that he has daggers and that he has the magic.
Telepathically.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, he is going to go ahead and roll for this. His face doesn't reveal it. His face doesn't reveal too much at that. Notice a practiced hand, a practiced face at concealing information he has. And he says, "How is he?"
Do you know him?
"Yes, once. I knew him."
How long ago?
"I'll tell you more." "How old are you, boy?"
Well, I'm not so much a boy. I'm about 32.
"Yes, I've known him longer than you've been alive."
Well, then perhaps you knew him, if you catch my meaning.
"No. I have been here so many years." Ugh. All right. I am scared to speak too freely. This room has many ears, many eyes. Later, much later, I want you to visit me at my wagon. I have something that will help shield your mind. Then we can talk.
Where is your wagon?
It is to the east, near the stockyard.
I'm gonna insight check.
Main road.
I want to insight check on him just to see, make sure he's not like, there's no trap in mind or anything. I doubt there is, but who knows. Oh wait, that didn't. Sweet, that didn't take, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Oh, that was a 2. Well, that's nothing great. Gosh dang it.
You find no
Yeah.
reason to disbelieve him.
All right, give me a few hours, and I will come meet you. I might say,
Yep.
I can't guarantee that I will come alone. Hopefully, that is not the problem.
No, it's not. But I will only talk to you
Understood.
first, anyway.
I can vouch for at least 2 of them. And maybe two and a half.
He gets up and walks as though he's going to go past you, and then puts his hand on your shoulder and leans in and says, "He was a good man, your father. I wish he had listened." And then he
Yes, I know.
leaves.
He was a good man.
Oh, and as he goes to leave, he turns back and looks at Bray. Bray's raising an eyebrow, and Octavio nods, sort of a genteel, relaxed, it's good type of. That's what you'd get from the nod,
Yeah.
anyways. It's all good type of thing. He goes to the door and departs.
I'm just gonna go quickly over to the bar in the corner. Is there anyone else like right beside me?
So after he walks away, I would probably use my bonus action to give you the ability to talk back to me through
Okay.
telepathy, and I would ask you, like, we could have a conversation. About
Yeah, I'd let
whatever
you know exactly what's going on. That hey, I had a conversation with this guy. Sounds like something he can help us in some form. I will leave the part of my father out for now, but that he wants us to meet him pretty late in the night, and but I don't suspect any traps or anything.
Okay. Well, I will let the rest of them know that, and again, they won't be able to talk back to me, but I'll just relay that to the rest of the group.
Okay. Yeah, so is there anyone next to, like, at the bar itself?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Well, there's other people, but not in the seat right next to you. No.
Okay. I'm gonna motion Bray over real fast.
Okay.
And just kind of in a very low whisper, I know that you still probably do not trust me, but hopefully that helps just a little bit.
Well, he only had conversation. I didn't get to talk to him, but yeah, I feel confident. Maybe if he likes you, you might be safe. You might be trustworthy.
I understand, my friend. Give us a little time. We will show you what we can do.
Okay. Yeah. Bram, clean up. He points to the table where Rictavio had been sitting.
All right, I'm gonna go
Back to working.
upstairs. Although, how the heck? Oh, so that's a different entrance. All right, well, I'll go over here and.
Oh yeah, that is a weird layout. I didn't realize that.
Let's pretend there's a balcony right here going across.
Yeah, I agree. Let's
Perfect.
do it. That's actually how I was seeing it in my mind, but you pointed out that it's not really. So anyway, yeah, okay.
All right, so I'll just go up to Val, and Val already knows everything, but I'll just check in with them and see.
Kiss him. No.
No. Make sure everything's okay. Maybe, well, no, I'm not going to be the creepy guy that peeks in at Irina.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wish there was a way, but no, I don't think there's any
Yeah,
way.
just to confirm, Irina has not tried to leave, right?
Go ahead and do a perception check since you're out on the roof.
Watch him get a
Like,
1.
man, actually.
I'm out in the barn.
You're in the barn. You're not on top of the barn.
No, why am I on top of the barn?
That's where I'm gonna
Well,
be.
because that's where Medic was going.
I'll
Alright,
do
so
it
why
in
are
the
you in
barn.
the barn?
Because
I mean, I think that's...
I can see the
Go ahead.
I can see the windows.
Yeah, you could totally see the windows.
Okay, alright. Well, I consider it just as valid a question why you're in the barn as not on top of it. You did not see her attempt-
Who would be on top of a barn?
The robot said that's exactly where he
Well,
was on top of the barn.
but that's our crazy robot that has like a ventriloquist act and stuff.
An act. It's more of a
Batman would be
performance
on top
piece.
of the barn.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough. I'm just gonna shut my mouth on that. Yeah, you beat me.
Right?
You have not seen her attempt to leave at all, no.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna knock on the door.
Well, that's rude.
As opposed to just
Okay.
barging in.
Yeah. As opposed to peeking in and seeing the goods.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm sorry. You knock and you hear a voice respond, and she's like, "Hello."
Irina, it is Diedrich. May I speak with you for just a moment? I apologize for the interruption.
Yeah, okay. And you hear her go over to the door and unlock it. She goes, "I wasn't sleeping very well. This doll is creepy. So creepy." And she lets you in.
All right, I'll just
She looks
quickly.
a bit star-eyed.
Yeah. I'll quickly relay the fact that we are going. At least me and one other person are going out to see this Rick person. We just want to make sure that you stay safe, and blah 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 blah. And then I'll thank her for the time and walk out, unless she has anything to add.
Okay. She tells you thank you, and that really this is the safety that she needed, that her brother wanted for her. She feels better already, etc., and appreciates what you've done, and hopes to see you soon.
Of course.
That actually technically completes a quest, so I'll add that XP to you guys before next game.
Medic slightly overhears that. I hope to see you soon, and he gives a big thumbs up. There's a total lack of understanding.
I'll just, kind of shake my head.
I thought you were saying shake your lower head.
Oh my gosh. No.
Like, wow. Things have really progressed. What a
No.
strange pattern. Reminds me of the video I sent to you guys in the group chat. And now Shiloh's going to probably wonder what the heck I'm talking about.
Oh gosh. Alright, so...
She'll share the video with you too. Cora.
Who wants to come with me to go see Rick?
Who would make the most sense, I guess.
Val, you want to
It's
join
gonna
me?
be past dark.
Well, so I would go, but I think that this staff is probably useful in like possibly detecting something if it came to like mess with her on the
Okay.
other side of the door.
And
I
I'm
could
going
leave
to
the
stand
staff
on the
with
barn
somebody.
rail.
I mean, I guess I could leave this staff with Medic if he's going to be within 30 feet of.
Does he have to tune to it?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that wouldn't work.
Alright, well then that's fine. I'll go outside and talk to Gimbleforth and see if he wants to make a quick trip.
Where are we going?
To go see Rick. And
Wasn't Rick already with you?
He left. He wants us to visit him in the late hours of the evening.
I'm not into that sort of thing.
Okay, then I guess I'm going solo.
No, I'll come with you.
Medic enters sentry mode. That's why he's spinning.
I think technically your sentry, he picks a single direction, he just doesn't move from it. That's your version of, isn't it? I thought that's how it worked.
I believe so, actually, yes.
Yeah.
But right now he's not in
Sentry's
sentry
rest.
mode. It's not late enough. He's not resting yet. He's just alert on the
Inactive,
roof,
motionless
turning in
state.
circles. Well,
Yeah.
right now he's not in that mode. He's just on the roof,
He's just
spinning
trying
in
to.
circles. He believes that's what he needs to do.
How far away is this place supposed to be?
Shouldn't be too
It's just in the
far.
eastern part of town. Yeah, it wouldn't be too much.
10-minute walk, maybe.
10-minute walk. Whoa, Jake's,
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Alright, so I'll go
So,
back in and just, chill out in the bar and wait for the couple hours.
I'm coming in with you, right?
Yeah.
Another round for Dietrich's family.
I'll
man.
let you drink to that one. I'll stay sober-minded.
I'm not drinking alone. I like to pout at the bar.
Okay, so, looking at your character, how long have you... Yeah, that was yesterday, or that was in the... boy, I need to have a sidebar. We'll figure it out later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Alright, so switching to the other map, if you're going to let time go forward.
Yep.
The room, again, changes as people swap out. Some more coin change hands with the men with the swords, and they headed toward the door, apparently taking a coin purse and following someone who gave them that money, and you don't know what they're up to, but they're leaving, and one of them is wearing a bow, is strapped it on his shoulder. In fact, I'll give you an image of what that guy looks like, just so you know, in case you see him again. There we go.
Zoldarovich?
Yeah, you don't know that, though.
No, I do. I just read
If
it.
I see an image, I know their name.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, you head east, but as you're leaving the inn, the road is actually surprisingly filled with people for so late at night, and they are carrying torches. There's small groups of them. They're separated by 15, 20 feet, and each of them has a different set of outfits. All of them have some of them paper mache, but others are made of other materials, and some look like they might be actually stuffed wolf heads. And they're going down and they're singing different chants and songs, and the torches are flickering lights, making it far more lively at night than you would expect it to be. And
Bless
so
you.
it takes you a little bit longer than you'd expect to get around that group. But after some time, and that group moves off to form or walk in a larger circle. In fact, I can show you. The circle they're taking is up this way, and you see them starting to return that way. You continue on, however. Are you guys looking at that separate other map? Yeah, you should still have it. You're heading toward the stockyard, which you see, and pretty soon upon getting to the stockyard, you see several locked sheds along its periphery, and it lies adjacent to a large, roomy warehouse. There's a wooden sign, though, that very clearly makes it obvious this is Arasek's stockyard. But you notice quickly, parked at the south end of the stockyard is a sturdy carnival-like wagon. Its colorful paint, though, is peeling off. There's faded lettering on the sides that spells out the words, Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. And even from where you're at, you can see the back of the wagon has a heavy padlock on it. I'll show you what this looks like.
Tweet. Oh, dang. Alright, so walking up around there, do I see... am I assuming that it's been the assumed few hours that he... Okay.
Yeah.
So for walking up there, do I see any sign of him anywhere?
And I'm with him, right?
Yeah.
I just want... Okay.
Yeah. You don't see it immediately. You see that the back is locked. You realize that there's a side door as well. It looks to be a somewhat self-contained pseudo-mobile home, so to speak. It's just, it's small.
Alright, I'll go up to the side door and
someone could sleep in there.
And then knock on the door. Kind of in a not super loud knock, just a kind of a quiet knock.
You hear the shuffle of feet, not unlike Gimbal Force's microphone, and then you hear a voice like, "Shh." It's okay, Simba.
Simba.
And yeah, that's what he called it. And
Nice.
the door cracks open, and Rictavio smiles. And he says, "You look just like him. This light." And he's reaching. He's got a hand out, and he's holding a small wolf's head amulet on a silver chain, and says, "Put this on." And he notices your compatriot. He says, "Who are you?"
I say hi.
This is a traveling companion of mine. There are 4 to 5 of us actually in the group.
425 of you?
4 space TO space 5 of us. I met this gentleman. This is Gimbleforth. He actually tried to kill one of our other compatriots and failed miserably, so...
I would like to interject that you have killed me, or you've tried to kill me once.
No, I basically did kill you, so...
True.
Well, that's how the most interesting of friendships usually start this way.
Perhaps we should... The jury is still out on that one.
He leans closer to you now that you... Did you put the necklace on?
Yeah.
Yeah. He leans close to you and says, "I am your uncle." And I think this is where we'll call it.
Oh yeah, good call. I like it.
Wow, that's gonna be interesting.
Nice.
Thanks for playing, guys. It's been fun. And you realize we've had 2 entire sessions with not a single round of combat? That's wild.
It's good since
Yeah,
we're
that-
in combat.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, a bunch of ones. We're all dead again. Well, something else happened.
So, quick question before we go. So I'm standing as close as I can stand without being in her room to where Medic is. Am I within 30 feet of him? So he could benefit from my staff? Would I know, like, I mean, I feel like I would have a rough idea of its range since I'm about arcane things and all that.
Yeah, I think you are. Just
So
based
even
on
though
the
he's
grid.
like in height, he's on he's at a different floor than me. I figured based
Well,
on the
he
grid,
should be roughly this. He should be roughly the same height. I mean, it's a 1-story barn for just horses and stuff.
Oh,
They're
okay.
on the second floor.
Important question.
So
Is
you
he
on
on
the
the
second floor
roof,
and you're
or is he in the barn?
He's on the roof. Medic's on the roof.
Wow, I
Roof
love
of
the
the barn.
commitment.
In fact, I'm going to cast this as being a stormy night, and so the people who look up when lightning strikes see this ominous 7-foot statue with glowing eyes. looking forward.
Lightning
It
garage.
freaks away patrons.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna have to roll for that next time. You have to roll to see if you get struck.
Excellent. I've been fried
Oh, that's
already.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, guys.
Yep.
It was fun.
See you in a couple weeks.
Have a good one.
Actually,
Lou?
do you guys want to have a game next week?
Oh yeah, it would be next week.
Sure.
Is
Yeah, I
that
think
good?
I'm-
Is it gonna work for everyone?
I
Scott?
think so.
Think so? I don't have anything.
Okay. Well, let's just plan on next week.
All right. Later.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
All right. Cool.
Thanks, stream. Been fun. This was a good one. Even though, like you said, there was no combat, but yeah, super interesting. We'll see you guys probably next week. Later.